but I'm just getting started. Got my eyes on the target. No, no. Till the battle's won, till kingdom come. I'll never run. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. They say I'm dangerous, 'cause I broke all the cages. No, I will sit and take it. No.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Today is March 15th, 2024, 7:35 on the East Coast of the United States. It's good to see you all in chat. Thank you so much. Little Texas Tornado member for 15 months. You are an OG, my friend. We have a special guest today. Guidance. I'm going to bring her up in just a second. We're going to be talking about Elijah Vu. She has been on this case since the get-go. She's been very helpful. So let's pop her up here. Hello, Guidance. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. It's crazy, this case, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
absolutely crazy. Little Elijah Vu. How long has he been missing now? Let's see here.
since the 20th.
Almost a month?
Yeah,
Almost a month.
yeah.
That's crazy. Zelda, thank you. 1 month, my friend. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate your support. It means so much to me. It truly does. Um, what did that say? This is my first live. Thank you, Rabbit. We love rabbits. That's our mascot here for now. Um, all right. So, Elijah Vu has been missing for almost a month. His mother, Katrina, and the guy, her boyfriend, Jesse, was the one that was taking care of Elijah when they first went missing. Let me pop up some stuff here.
And what
And
caught my attention on this is they have a deeper history together than what many thought originally, that they just newly got together. They've known each other for years.
they've got history where the cops are involved. History where the Popo is involved. The story that we heard of Katrina going from California to what was it, Minnesota? Was that what it was? Minnesota?
I think so. I'd have to look.
Yeah,
I know it
Minnesota.
was in Nevada. She was jumping.
Yes. Oh, I've got a photo here. Look at let me show you this. Someone made this, and let me find it real quick. Got so much here. We're gonna look over. right here. These are the mug shots of Katrina and Jesse. That's a lot of mug shots, especially Jesse.
Yeah, he's got quite the track record.
I mean, since he's been in trouble his entire life, pretty much. Entire
Yeah.
freaking life. Some people just can't stay out of trouble. I don't know how they get into trouble that much. I mean, you have to be a real heathen, as we say in the South.
Well, he can't find any representation right now either.
I think he found it. I think he found it.
Really?
Yeah. Let me show you. Actually, now that you mentioned that, I've got some stuff here. 3:15 as of the 15th, as of today, actually. Timothy
Okay.
Edward Hogan, attorney, and Michael C. Turner. So it looks like, I mean, nobody was really, kind of raising their hand to volunteer,
Mm-mm.
to represent this guy. And I mean, you really can't blame them either, because they have so much against these two.
They really
So,
do.
and I mean, even their own statements that they have said, which, when you think about this case, making a child stand for an hour to 3 hours at a time, who does that?
Oh, hold up. That's the guy that he requested.
Oh, that's the guy you requested. Well, I
So he got
guess
the guy that he
it's I,
requested then?
I guess, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I wonder if they have a history together then.
He may have represented him before. That's what I'm maybe thinking.
Especially with
That
federal charges. I wonder if it kind of, like Koberger, how they had to have certain credentials. I'm wondering if it's the same in his case. But he was trying to sound like he was trying to waive his speedy hearing and everything.
Yes, yes. It sounds like he just wanted to get it, just go to trial and just get it over with. Probably, I mean, I don't know if, I mean, is that a good thing or not? Why is there two lawyers listed? I don't know. Maybe it's just
Hmm.
sometimes there's more than one attorney
Maybe
on the case.
I could look them up real quick. Let me see. They might be in the same practice or hmm.
You're just waiting for the mute.
I love
Waiting for
that
the
part. That's when I pull out the big red.
I do it every time. This was shown in the Elijah Vu um, Facebook group today. And someone wrote, Elijah, mommy is waiting to hear news you are safe and wants you home. I love you, my baby. And it's love, Katrina. Well, obviously, Katrina is up in the jail. And I don't think she's getting out anytime soon.
No,
Right. She ain't getting out anytime soon. So why in the hell is who's writing this for her?
that's what I'm wondering.
In my opinion, Katrina absolutely knows where her child is. People don't lie. You don't lie. And you know what made me so mad when I saw this is she was telling Jesse to not cooperate with the police.
Yes,
I saw red. I
same.
literally saw red when I saw this, when it's like, mommy was waiting to hear from you.
Hmm.
I'm like, you literally told Jesse to not cooperate in your son's disappearance. How dare you?
What mother does that? Well, let me take that back. There's been a lot lately. But what mother, what parent does that?
Mhm.
When you're trying to find your child and get justice for them, you don't tell the last person who technically saw your child to zip it with the police. You vomit whatever you need to get whatever information out there to get your kid home.
Yes.
And it's just I I see red myself.
And she's oh yeah, Stephanie, it's in the probable cause. Yep.
Yeah.
Where she told Jesse not to cooperate with the investigation of her son, Elijah Vu, who is missing almost a month now. How dare you, Katrina?
Okay, so the neighbor of Katrina's a neighbor wrote that
Hmm.
who is in communication with Katrina
Hmm.
in jail.
Yeah. I
But
still think it's bullshit. I'm sorry. I mean, I just do. I'm just telling you my opinion. That's my opinion. I mean, you
which
Katrina,
neighbor?
I
Hold
probably
up.
know which neighbor. We probably know.
Mm-hmm. I think your mind went the same place I thought.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. They did this um little makeshift memorial outside of, I guess, the apartment. Is the neighbor from here. The neighbor is Katrina's neighbor, right?
Let me find out. Well, they weren't specific if it was
Okay, I think it
um
might be Katrina's neighbor. Maybe not. I
so
don't know. I don't know.
I guess if I can back up a little bit on the lawyer side,
Mm-hmm.
there's two because one is an overseer, if that makes
Mm,
sense. Like he requested one, but he needs one to oversee, possibly because of the charges. It was the neighbor from the Dell's home.
yeah, Mohawk. That's the one I'm thinking as well. Thank you, Jules. Katrina, Jesse, tell the truth. Your son is somewhere.
Hmm.
Volunteers are looking every single day. They have not stopped. And by the way, they always need more volunteers. If you are in the area and can help, or able body to even put out flyers, anything
Yeah.
would be
They're
so
asking
great.
for tons of help. Or
Yes.
even if you can assist with towards the flyers and sending them out so people could put them up. Any help is greatly appreciated.
Yes. Thank you, Darcy, for gifting one my love. If you was the one that received that membership, please give our sweet Darcy a big thank you. Thank you for your support, my friend. Means a lot.
I'll put
Um,
the
mhm.
flyer up in 1 second. I'll send it over to you. The most current flyer.
Do you know how to do it from your side? Or you're
Yeah,
probably on your
it's on my
That's okay.
phone. I'm
Okay,
sending it
no worries.
over.
No worries. Um, this was posted in the group too. I thought this was interesting. Uh, do you remember? Well, first of all, we know that Jesse was giving Elijah these showers or baths, right? You remember? I can't think of her name right now. She's evil as hell. Her She was starving her child, and her other son was helping punish the child, and she gave bread with hot sauce on it.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody will say it in chat.
I know what you're
And
talking about.
yeah, well, he died. That Van, yeah, Van Ark is what it was. Chandra Vander Ark. That child died of hypothermia and being starved to death, lack of nutrition. And here is another case. It says a man in North Carolina is accused rather, of making his young child stand in a cold shower until she passed out. According to WPIX, 19-year-old Daniel, I can't see it, let me see. Trammell made his 3-year-old daughter, quote, stand under a cold shower, which caused her to lose consciousness and fall, hitting her head on a metal pot that was in the shower, end quote. The girl was had bruising on her head and face. Police say the man also beat the girl, made her sleep in a wet bed, starved her for the entire evening. Seems like a lot of these evil people are using like cold showers as a form of torture. That's something, that happens in Guantanamo Bay for terrorists, right? Not children. Um, hey, Wild Angels. Hey, Brooke, Zelda, Amy, Grace. Thank you, Darcy. Thank you so much, my love, for your support. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate the support right now. It means the world to me. Guys, if y'all haven't hit that thumbs up button, please hit that thumbs up button. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. Exactly, Cassie. I hope Shonda gets hot sauce and ice baths in prison. Me too. Me too. Do you think someone posted this too? This made me want to cry.
Yeah.
This photo. Because that just it's so much Elijah. And I can't
Yes.
imagine being a 3-year-old child, guidance, chat. A 3-year-old child and having to be made standing up for hours, getting changed once a day, and then still getting the crap beat out of you. It's not fair. It's really
Not at all.
so.
And you and I both were like, this is Quentin Simon vibes all over, but this has even deeper holes than that case, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, with and the Quentin Simon, Leilani, I don't know if she like always was abusive with their son. She just didn't watch, right? Didn't care.
Yeah.
There was no means of torture.
Yeah.
There was no means of that. Hey,
I
Angel.
do have pictures of him covered in welts and bruises before the accident did happen, though. So
Uh,
there was
Elijah?
Quentin.
Oh, Quentin.
Quentin.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So either way, it's captured our hearts, and
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me get back to this is eerie. Shorty is a killer. And this is Katrina in 2016. Boy, is she ever. Is she ever, right? This is what we love you, Elijah, outside the apartment. They also said Elijah loved harmonicas
I remember
as
seeing
well.
that.
I thought that was cute, little harmonicas. Let me go back to this timeline. In your opinion, what day do you think this happened?
The 16th, the night of the 16th, early 17th.
The night of the 16th, early 17th. So, On the 16th, let me see if it's photos of Jesse and Elijah are at the auto shop where Jesse is getting an interlock installed in the vehicle, according to the shop owner. Persons are Jesse and Elijah, but there's not. I mean, the police haven't. Has the police said that that was them at the auto shop? But I mean, it's them. But you know what I mean. Um,
Mm,
I don't know if they actually said that or not.
I'm not too sure. I know they did make a statement in some of the documents that they have not visually been seen since, and it might be in there along with what was it? A fast food chain.
Oh yeah. We got to get to that too. Yes.
I think it's in the documents where last video footage was that day, but I don't know if they're specific on the location, even though we
Okay.
have it.
So the 16th, that's when we see, in my opinion, Elijah is absolutely terrified, scared to death. And that is one of the hardest photos I've ever, just the pain of seeing that child, you know,
You can
like
see his energy through that picture where like he was trying so hard to stay strong and stay like look forward. That yeah, right there.
there you go. Jesse said Elijah was scared of him. I bet he was. You made his
Hmm.
life. And look at Jesse looking at him, right? And Elijah just is looking forward.
Yeah.
That's as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
As look at little Elijah's face. You can tell.
That's what I was thinking reality wins. It looks like he's almost trying not to cry because his
Yeah,
little face is my heart just breaks
exactly.
for this baby.
So on the 16th, after they left the interlock place, and we saw that picture that I just showed you, this is when on the 16th, between 6 and 7 p.m., Katrina leaves Wisconsin Dells and arrives at Two Rivers late in the night, according to Katrina's statement. At 11:01 on the 16th, Katrina returns to the city of Manawoc, according to phone records. At 11:15 on the 16th, Katrina calls Jesse's phone, according to the phone records, and and she went to the Quick Trip to purchase items, which is on the video. On the 16th, unknown time, Katrina sees Elijah on the couch in Jesse's house, and she says he was tired, according to the statement. Do you think she could have given him, or he could have given her medicine?
There's
Sorry,
always
he could have given Elijah medicine, rather. Sorry.
there's always a good chance, but at the rate of him being 3 and making torturing him to do the endurance of sitting and standing and praying with no break, and also the cold water being dropped on him, that's going to physically and mentally exhaust him and break him down. So
Hmm.
there's so many scenarios because of their past with DRUGS. I wouldn't put it past them, but there's there's so many octopus tentacles to this that
Hmm.
it's not. Is it a probability? Sure.
And
Um,
have you ever cried so hard or for so long you fall asleep? Because
yeah,
it's exhausting to cry,
yeah.
like for a long period of time, or when you really heavy cry. And imagine being a kid, a 3-year-old. You're not even in kindergarten, you're in preschool facing this.
They they wear themselves out. I have two 3-year-olds, and especially, and they're on the spectrum. So if one is super upset and he will not calm down, sometimes he will fall asleep. It'll knock him out
Mm-hmm.
because
Yep.
he's used up all of his energy because he cannot
Yep.
verbally say what he wants to say.
Yeah.
It's
Takes it
sad.
out in the physical. Um, so after she sees him on the couch at about 11:21, Katrina tells Jesse on oh I think she means on my way, put him to sleep. Jesse responds, okay, according to the text messages. Now we're almost this is past midnight now. That was 11:21. Now we're on the technically of the day of the 17th or the night of the 17th. Uh so around midnight, Katrina arrives at Jesse's apartment. And then at 12:30 in the morning, Katrina and Jesse's phones move to the city of Manitowoc, according to phone records. What does that mean? What do you think that means? Like, did they go somewhere?
Yeah, apparently they went to the bar, but per documents, it sounds like they split up for a little bit too. Like she went and did her thing and he went and did his thing, which makes it awfully sus.
That makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, you just traveled 3 hours.
Yeah.
Just I want to know how many times they practiced this BS story. What happened to Elijah? Yeah. Hey, Lip Lock, Chloe, Tar Heel, Canadian Cookie, Jules. Hello, Jude, Dana. Um, so that's really weird, according to phone records. Okay, now 12:50, Jesse enters Saucy's bar, which I've showed that on here. He's alone. Where's Katrina? Where you
Exactly.
at, Katrina? What are you doing?
And Angela brought up a good point. The mom said she left the daughter in the car
Mm-hmm.
so they
Mm-hmm.
could get it on. That
Yep.
was on Valentine's night. That was before this happened.
Yep. Yep. That was another night. But why is she going back and forth like this every other day or so? You know what I mean? Like, why is she making so many trips? I mean, this is not down the street.
Yeah.
This is what, 2.5, 3 hours one way. One way. Darzilla, thank you so much. She put she said she put him to sleep, not put him to bed. If I was talking about my child, I would say put to bed, not put to sleep. That's interesting. Put to sleep. That could be. I mean, they could have given something, or she could. Well, I think he would have had to have done that. I think she might have
But
been a mule. Mm,
with yeah, with their history of HT together and DRUGS, they were working it. That's what my gut says. In my opinion, they were working it. But you never know if it was also, oh crap, something happened
right, an
and trying to
ex
take care and
type.
scramble.
Right. So if Jesse is at this saucy bar at 12:50, and we don't know where Katrina is, but we do know that her phone went toward the city of Manitowoc. Um, at 12:30, like 20 minutes. So she's got to be, I mean, unless Jesse had her phone, which I don't think he would have her phone. So who is with the kids at this point is the question.
I don't
And
think
it's
anybody.
nobody. Exactly. Exactly. There is nobody with these kids.
And we got also remember he had a 15-year-old at home as well.
Yeah, a special needs 15-year-old as well.
Yes.
So we're talking a 15-year-old special needs, um, Elijah and Elijah's sister. Now, they could have been sleeping, but regardless, you do not leave a child unattended when nobody is home and you are out doing whatever you are doing.
Um, if we can you grab Amy's comment,
Yeah,
Amy in
bring it up.
Boston?
She doesn't
And
sound like. Okay, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, read it. Go ahead.
She doesn't sound like Jesse's girlfriend. She sounds like a late night hookup. There's more to the story, in my opinion. Yes. In 2016, Jimmy and Jesse, I know for sure Jesse was charged with HT. There was two victims. Katrina was one. The other one
Yes.
was passed. They had passed away. But Katrina would not testify against Jesse, so the charges ended up being dropped. I
So
have all of that.
she died. One of the girls died.
Yeah, if
Uh,
I believe that's what was said. One of the
unrelated.
girls. I don't know her cause of,
Oh wow, I need to look into that.
but I did hear that one of the two victims is no longer here, and Katrina, who was also his victim. And if you guys remember her mom and her victim impact statement, that was what she was referencing to. So you guys can try to connect the dots of why I say they have a history together.
Well, Jesse was involved in that, wasn't
Jesse
he?
was. Jesse was
Yes.
charged with federal human T.
Right. Right. So
Okay. She died from an OD.
yeah, I was thinking it was like an OD or something like that, but it was kind of afterwards. But regardless, it's um she died and she wouldn't Katrina wouldn't testify.
Yep. Which made
Right.
the charges get dropped for him. He
Hmm.
ended up getting nabbed by federal for DRUGS instead.
Hmm. Yes. So this is something that has been going on for years.
Yes.
Um, when we first learned about this story, we thought, oh, they've just kind of been talking since the fall. But
Right.
that's could not be further from the truth. Further from the truth. This has been they've got real history together. This isn't the first time police have been involved in all of this. So Jesse and Katrina doing HT together. Um,
Yes.
essentially, yeah. Mhm.
Documentation takes us back to 2016. Who knows from before that or even in Nevada? But I do have the paperwork on that. But there are minors that
Yeah,
their names shouldn't be shared.
yeah,
So that is not being shared for right now because there are minors in those
yeah.
charges. But they do have a history of doing that together.
It's just absolutely insane. What I mean, like, if she's going there every few days, right? She's running something,
Hmm.
in my opinion. She's running stuff from uh Manitowoc area where Jesse lives, right?
Yeah.
To Wisconsin Dells is what she's
Yep.
doing. Otherwise, if there's not some money involved, listen, you're not going to travel 3 hours one way for a booty call every couple days. Sorry, it's just not going to work like that. And
Plus,
then
the
she's
Lark said
go ahead.
Jesse was charged with HT of Katrina. They weren't working together then. But it sounds like they've gotten established since then, at least, especially if she wouldn't. Yes, Amy, she was. She was one of his victims, and it sounds like she went back.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
that's also why her mom's victim impact asked, why are you going back? Because they have such a history together. And a lot of people who just dig into the case, like very recently, they think that they've only known each other about 5 months, 6 months. And it goes way deeper than that. And it's sad.
And when Katrina just got the kids back recently, and before that she was posting like, I would never go back to that life, just thank God I am where I'm at, I'm clean and everything. She really tricked me in the beginning because I thought, this girl, her house is clean, the kids are clean, everything looks good from the outside. But boy, once you tear that veneer off, it's really, really sloppy underneath.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot.
Yep, they do. I think I don't know why people go back. I think it generally is drugs that pulls them back into it. Um that's how they get these women to these trap houses, is they make money off of them for all the drugs they want.
It gets them hooked and then it makes a controlling factor.
Yep. And then it's just a cycle after that. Trish, I mean, anything is possible, but I don't think in this aspect, I don't think Elijah was teed. Uh, Personally, I don't know about you, guidance, but I feel like this was abuse or an accident of some sort.
I think it was over abuse.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, on their probable cause, when Jesse and Katrina speaks, Jesse says he feared me, and then he says, "Oh, well, he respected me," and he makes it sound like a 3-year-old standing still against a wall for hours is normal,
And praying and saying sorry.
right? And it's what is it, a privilege to go to your mom's house being 3 years old, a privilege.
In so many
Yeah.
ways, this case enrages me. The mama bear comes out. It's just,
How could Jesse have patience with a special needs kid, but not a 3-year-old? Doesn't make sense.
there's no proof
Uh,
they didn't have patience with him because that special needs kid is extremely introverted, extremely shy, and extremely
mhm.
nonverbal. No
And
interaction with.
yes, that as well. But also, how many times, guidance, Chad, do we see step parents or the mom's boyfriend or how many times do we see? A lot of times they'll take more from obviously their own kids, but their girlfriend's kids or whatever. No, they don't want it.
Yep.
Did you read the COVID letter when was asking for release? You read the COVID letter when he was asking for release. I did not. Have you seen that?
The letter when he was asking for release.
Yeah, for the C.
No.
Mm-mm. Wanting to go to mom's won't make him not need to pee in 12 or more hours like Jesse expected. Yeah. Um, Jesse didn't change him all night. And brought him to the bedroom after, or allegedly brought him to the bedroom after he put his kid on the bus and said he didn't change him because he was just too tired. Guidance,
And
you're a parent of twins. I'm a parent of twins. Uh, we're tired a lot of the times. We've been tired. How many times have you changed a diaper with your eyes closed, half asleep at 3 a.m.? I know I certainly have, and I can do it with my eyes closed, changing diapers. But we're all freaking tired. You do it anyways. Do it tired.
yeah,
It's
and even when I had them, we were discharged from the hospital together. I had sepsis and had to do my own PIC lines and treatments. And it's just a part of life. It's being a parent. And once you become and take that responsibility of a parent, you take it seriously and you take care of it. No matter how tired you are, they come first.
yes. I tell people I barely remember the first 3 months. I barely remember. I was so sleep deprived, tired, because with twins, you have to finally get them on a schedule, and it takes forever because you'll get one to sleep, the other one wakes up. This
Yep.
one uses the diaper, right? You change this diaper, get this one to sleep, this one wakes up. It's constant. And it's for about 3 months, you are just survive or survival mode at that
Yeah,
point.
because it'll take time to feed,
Yes.
rest.
Feed. Yeah.
It's a nonstop cycle. It's still going even. And mine are gestationally, they'd be the same age as Elijah, but there's
Mm.
no sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. God bless you. It's my one of my
Okay.
girlfriends, she has triplets. And I'm like, oh my God, girl. I don't know how you did that. Triplets.
I just sent the the C letter over to you.
Okay. I'll pop it up
It
here.
looks like he was asking for a compassionate release during, but
Okay.
triplets. Can you imagine that? I had no idea multiples came in my side of the family until my mom's cousin told me. And it was generations, like 2 generations ago, they had triplets. I'm like, can you imagine having triplets then?
Oh
Holy
my
cow.
God, no. I mean, they really they didn't have, I mean, they had to use cloth diapers then. That's just insane.
Right?
All right, I'm going to put this up. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. We'll look at that letter that he did here. Might be, oh, I didn't press send. That's why. Okay, there we go. Okay, we'll pop that up in just a second. So I think the kids are home by themselves on the night at Jesse's by themselves, either in the home. The daughter could even be in the car. He's out at the bar. She's doing, a lot of people they'll go to the bar at night to sell. You get me? To sell things
Yep.
around the streets and in the bar.
That's when
And
it's hot for the money.
what what's that?
That's when the money's hot for that job.
Thank you, Kung Fu. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So I'm wondering if that happened. Um, let me see here around midnight. Katrina and Jesse arrives at the apartment. Let's see here. Okay, so at 12:50, Jesse's at the bar. Katrina's got to be somewhere around there. Jesse and Katrina's phone separate for about an hour at around 12:50. That's interesting. 12:17, after Katrina and Jesse separate, Katrina travels to a quick stop located at 2103 South 42nd Street in the city of Manitowoc. She is seen in the driver's side of the vehicle. There is no child in the car. Boom. See? No kids.
And I think that's why they're trying to get the video footage of that other car to track more down of a timeline of what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Not so no child at all, either, none, is seen at this would be probably 1:30 in the morning. 1:45 in the morning, Katrina makes purchase inside Quick Trip alone, confirmed by surveillance video. 12:17, 1:55 a.m. So 10 minutes later, Katrina's phone travels to Jesse's location and they return back to Jesse's apartment in Two Rivers, according to phone records. Now, the next thing we know is 5 o'clock in the morning. So 3 hours and 5 minutes later, after they get back to the apartment on the 17th, Katrina leaves Two Rivers, according to her phone records. The next thing we know on the 17th, 6:39 p.m. and 6:49 p.m. So that's 13 and a half hours later that evening. There are text messages from Jesse to Katrina in which Jesse tells her that he is angry that Elijah overfilled his diaper.
And see, that to me, I feel like was a planned text. Just a hunch,
Mm.
just a gut feeling. I feel like that was a planned text.
Yeah, you think it's like you think it was like a decoy kind of
Yeah.
text. Interesting. Could be. Absolutely could be. So
I
after
don't know.
so,
That's one of
good.
the last messages he sent about being upset with him, and the way their movements were the night prior, I feel like that was just a text, just like you said, a decoy,
Mhm.
distraction.
It's possible. It is possible. So the 17th um at 6:39 and 6:49, that's when the text goes out that he's mad that Elijah overfilled his diaper. It's the 17th. We don't get anything else until in the timeline until the 18th at 4:36 in the morning. Jesse tells Katrina, "I told you to trust me. I'ma make sure he hates me and being here." Katrina replies, "Don't want him to hate you, just fear you." Jesse states, "It's okay. Someone had to be the bad person." Katrina responds, "I know, but either way, he can fear you and respect you." Jesse says, "He did fear me, but he didn't respect me. Now I'm going to make him respect me." Now you
And
see,
see,
good.
in my opinion, all of that is referring to him in past tense on Jesse's side.
Mm, that's interesting. See, I personally, in my opinion, think it either happened like you're saying it or it happened the 18th, the night of the 18th, or like the 19th. I think if this is a real like I mean it is a real text, but he if Elijah was still alive and this is true, I think he might have lost his cool after this message. The 19th is Jesse admits that at some point during the day, he made Elijah stand for 2 to 3 hours, according to Jesse's statement. We don't know the time when that
Ooh.
went on, but 2:19 between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m., Jesse changes Elijah's diaper before he went to bed, according to Jesse's statement. We're in So these are just Jesse's statements or his text. Jesse says on the 19th that he watched the movie Red Player One after. He states that Elijah did not watch it because he put him in punishment, according to Jesse's statement. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, y'all. Hey, can you talk for a second, Guidance?
So, what is your thought, chat, on the timeline? Are you confused as well, or what are your thoughts? Because in those texts, I think it's almost as scripted because it looks like Katrina is talking in current time about Elijah, but in Jesse, he's speaking in past tense by that point. So that's what's bugging me.
Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry. I was getting a call. I want to read something real quickly. Um, this is from Katrina's mother, and she gave us permission to read it. She just wants it word for word read the way it's supposed to be read, not taken out of context. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and read that. Okay. March 4th, 2024. Let me see if I can put us down here. We'll see. All right. Here we go. I don't like it's like that. Okay. I have known Katrina Burr longer than anyone, as I am her mother. As this time, I am asking the court to deny any bond modification for a multitude of reasons. I understand bond is not meant as punishment, but as an assurance to appear. While you have access to some of Katrina's records, there are records in other states, including Nevada, California, you are not seeing. She has contacts in other states that may be willing to assist her depending on the story she is telling. Her story always depends on her audience. At this time, rather than aligning in location, her son, she feels the need to retaliate what a good guy Jesse is and is fully defending him and his actions. By aligning with him, she could potentially have access to his extended family and ability to flee the area. Katrina routinely will blame anyone and everyone for what happened without taking responsibility for her actions. It goes without saying she is incapable of making appropriate judgments in everyday life, which will likely include being available for future court dates and questioning. Katrina has no ties to the community. When I asked her why she would go back to Jesse, she stated, quote, I felt alone, end quote. I can assure you she is well aware of resources available, but she chose not to use them. She served, she severed her relationships with me in October 2022, so there is no family in the area. While paper will show a minimum income, there is uncountable for income when compared to her spending. I am aware she allowed Jesse to claim her children as dependents on her taxes, and he gave her half of the refund he received for them. I am also aware she received food stamps for a child not in her care and had miscellaneous unclaimed income. In 2016, we resided in California, and my oldest daughter was having heart surgery in Wisconsin, so I was here with her. At the time, Katrina faked a quote forced abduction end quote and had a missing person report filed in California. She was located in Minnesota, where she was taken in on a hold of erratic behavior caused by DRUG use. When the officers drove from Wisconsin to get her, she refused to leave, stating she was there by her own free will. The entire quote abduction end quote was a farce, but does show she has the ability to disappear when she wishes to do so. Katrina has struggles with depression and anxiety for many years, has a history of erratic behavior, and a long history of DRUG abuse. She has been in two mental health holds and now suffering from traumatic brain injury is highly likely to quote forget in quote mandatory appearances. I don't feel it is worth the risk to lower her bond, especially as Elijah has not yet been found and many questions are unanswered. She does need to be accountable for the roles, what rolls out in the future, and I feel releasing her would be a flight risk. I have been the victim of her verbal and emotional abuse for a very long time. If the court finds any reason to reduce her bail, I would like to be assured of my peace and safety. With the court ordered no contact and GPS monitoring. Jody L. Barr.
When I was watching court, I was just, my jaw dropped. As soon as I heard Jody was about to make a victim impact, and then they don't show it on the news, but if you watch it on the court side of Zoom, Katrina and her lawyer both looked shell shocked. They looked at each other, looked up like they were in disbelief. And I am so proud of Jody.
Yes, yes.
So proud of it. It takes a lot to do what she did. And you know what stuck with me that Jody said?
What?
She said, I am not on Katrina's side, Jesse's side, Jimmy's side. I am on Elijah's side.
Absolutely.
And that woman has my support through and through,
Yep.
through and
Yeah.
through. And
Yeah.
immediately after I heard she wrote that, I messaged her to tell her how proud, and she always has my support. And that took a lot of courage.
It takes a lot of courage, and it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to do the right thing, even
Yep.
because your
Especially when it's your kid,
heart,
too.
that's your kid. It's your kid. But wrong is wrong, and your grandkid is indefensible. And we see this so many times. Mothers, fathers, parents will take up for their kid, and they choose not to believe it,
Well,
or
I have another
Mhm,
eyesight on it, and
mhm,
it could be a simple fact of like my custodial issues with my daughter. They would rather protect her father instead of the benefit and being protectful of my daughter because blood is blood. That was told straight to my face. They OD'd in front of the other children. Thankfully, my daughter was in my care. But
Wow.
they will lie in court, and they flat out told me, no, because blood is blood. Well, what's more important? The one that you can't fix, or the generation that's currently being molded to be better and stronger and not in the same cycle?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to interrupt that, but
No, that's
I've
true.
had it said straight to my face. Blood is blood. We'll do whatever it takes.
Wow. Wow. That's, yeah, I'm very proud of her, that because we've seen, like, Quentin Simon case, grandma, I mean, I can't say she wasn't completely for her grandson. She wanted her grandson found, but she was supportive, very supportive of her daughter. Um, and a child just, they can't fend for themselves at all. They can't fend for themselves. Yeah, her mic it was breaking up a little bit, but it's fine.
It's my headphones. I don't have my mic on tonight. I have to get a new cable.
Got ya. But she's doing the right thing. You do the right thing. It's what you're supposed to do. Let me pop up this. We haven't watched this. Look at Katrina in this. She makes me so angry. Let me find it. She just had a court date. When was it?
I want to say it was
Yesterday?
the two.
Day before yesterday?
No, I think it was Tuesday. The days run by so fast lately. It was
Yeah.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Here, everybody.
It's about 4 minutes. Let's watch this. And watch Katrina.
It was yesterday.
I think it was yesterday. Yeah.
Judge.
Great. We'll go on the record. In state of Wisconsin versus Katrina Bauer, 24 CF 163, appearances starting in the courtroom
State appears by Jacqueline Labrie.
and on Zoom.
Katrina Bauer appears by Zoom from the Manitowoc County Jail with her attorney Ann Larson, also present by Zoom from the Manitowoc County Jail.
The matters on the calendar for preliminary hearing today. I was advised before coming on the record that
Hold on. Darcy, thank you so much for gifting 1 membership, my love. I so appreciate it. Thank you. If you was the one that received the membership, thank you. Please thank our sweet Darcy, and consider becoming a member if you're not a member yet. Greatly appreciate it. Helps keep us going.
Ms. Bauer is going to be waiving her right to a preliminary hearing as well as withdrawing her previously filed motion to dismiss count 1. Is that correct, Attorney Larson?
It is, Your Honor. I will e-file the signed form.
All right. And were there any inducements for the waiver?
There were not.
Okay. Ms. Bauer, do you understand that because you're charged with a felony, you have the right to have a preliminary hearing today?
Yes.
And at that hearing, the state would have to offer evidence sufficient to show a probable cause that a felony was committed and probable cause that you committed it?
Yes.
Do you understand that by waiving that right, you're relieving the state of having to make those proofs?
Yes.
Can you speak up, ma'am? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Has anyone threatened you in any way or promised you anything to get you to waive your right to a preliminary hearing?
No.
So she is waiving her right to a preliminary hearing. And that is, why would someone waive their right? Let me show you. So a defendant might
And-
waive their right to a preliminary hearing for several reasons, including the following. Avoid publicity. The defendant intends to plead guilty and wants to avoid publicity and expense if the defendant is represented by private counsel. Minimize further damage. The defendant is guilty of more than the charges, offenses, and fears further charges from the potentially damaging or damning evidence that may come out at the preliminary hearing. Also, if the facts of the case are particularly nasty and the defendant plans to plead guilty anyway, the less the sentencing judge hears about the facts, the better for the defendant. Was you going to say something?
She also, they were contesting a charge and they stopped that as well. They revoked their contest.
Mm-hmm. They've got so much on these. The only thing that they don't have is the most important thing, and that is Elijah. We've got to find this kid, y'all. We've got to
They're
find him.
doing, if you go into Elijah View Facebook group, they have flyers out and update them weekly to which part, the Dells, Manitowoc, Twin Rivers, they have them each in their own segregated location and ahead of each search party. They're always looking for help. Flyers, searching. This baby needs to come home and get justice.
Amen.
You're doing so freely, voluntarily, and intelligently?
Yes.
Attorney Larson, have you had enough time to discuss your client's right to a preliminary hearing with her?
I have.
Do you believe that her waiver today is freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made?
I do.
The court will so find, and based on my review of the amended complaint, find there is a sufficient factual basis to believe there's probable cause that a felony was committed and probable cause that she committed it. I will bind her over for further proceedings. Is it the state's intention to file an information with charges that mirror those in the amended complaint?
Judge, we're asking for an arraignment date, please.
All right. Let's see. Oh. Any chance the hang on. Any chance the parties is Tuesday too soon?
Yes, could we have a little more time, Judge?
Judge, I would just note that Ms. Bauer is on a $15,000 cash bond.
Yep. The 25th.
I'm gone that week.
Can somebody else come down for an arraignment? I mean, otherwise, I don't have a whole lot of holes in the calendar, and she's right in the sense that her client's sitting on cash bail, and we're talking about an arraignment.
Okay. Do you have anything on the 22nd that's open?
4 o'clock.
I can do that.
Attorney Larson, can you do 4 o'clock on March 22nd?
I can.
Okay. We'll set the arraignment then for 4 o'clock on March 22nd. Anything else for, and Ms. Bauer, for the sake of the record, you're withdrawing your motion to dismiss count 1 that had previously been filed, correct?
Okay, yes.
All right. Did anyone threaten you in any way or promise you anything to get you to withdraw that motion?
No.
You're doing so freely, voluntarily, and intelligently?
Yes.
All right, the court will accept the withdrawal of the previously filed motion. Attorney Larson, for the sake of the file, do you mind sending over I guess an order withdrawing the motion for the court's signature?
I will.
Great. Anything else for the record from the state?
No, Judge, thank you.
Attorney Larson,
No, Your Honor, thank you.
then we're adjourned.
What?
You can disconnect, stay safe.
This person zooms in. Watch her.
Jennifer, I will see you back at 11:45.
Okay, Judge.
Great.
It's like she's smiling or something. I mean, she had a head injury. Yeah. She had something that happened to her, didn't she?
From Jimmy. Those
Oh, that's
pictures
right.
you
That's
have
right.
in your Canva.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She. I mean, yeah. She's very skinny. She's always been very skinny, though. Here, I'll show you those pictures. Look at Jesse here, by the way. He looks like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. I mean, it will. There you go. That was the injury that she had. She
And I
still knows.
believe that's
I wanna
also
play with
what
this.
helped get Jimmy incarcerated currently, because it was towards her and the children.
Yes. Yes. Particularly her special needs their special needs child. Right. This is Jesse's
Yes.
pressure washing business. This is what he did. He did pressure washing, but he also did, like, was it floors?
That's what it looked like restaurant interior and floors, and maybe the outside. It could have been. That's what it looked like.
So, I was looking at this tub in the back. He would have lots of barrels and tubs and stuff because he cleans, right? I was thinking about that as well.
And chemicals.
Mm,
I didn't think about that until just now, because Harmony keeps coming to mind with the food stamps.
like the floor strippers and stuff, like the acids for the, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. This is
I
water.
didn't think
Yeah,
about that
it's his
until
water
just now.
tank. But he has, Justin, maybe Jesse looks like that way from a guard, making him respect the guard. Bingo. I hope so. I hope so. Looks like a fake front, and why he parked in the front of the graveyard. He lives in front of the graveyard. So it's just on the other, he's just parked there. I don't think it's anything other than he just parked there, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, he did have a business, and I don't know how often he worked. I mean, do you know if he worked a lot?
Not sure. I know on the outside looking in from the locals, it looked like he was getting his stuff together. But once you look deeper, it looks like he was still doing his same dirty deeds. But on the
Yeah,
outside, it looked like he was pulling his life
working.
together.
Yeah, right. Canadian Cookie, thank you for gifting a membership, my dear. If you receive that membership, please thank our sweet Canadian Cookie. Thank you so much, my love. I appreciate it. It means so much. Thank you. Thank you. What is it? Law enforcement might not have looked into chemical buckets. They're usually 3 to 6 gallon buckets. A 3-year-old could easily be fit in a 5-gallon bucket. Easily. Easily, unfortunately.
And look at Harmony.
Yeah. Yeah. Manitowoc County has an abundance of surface water that provides quality habitat for wildlife as well as exceptional recreational opportunities. The county has 10 major watersheds, 927 miles of streams and rivers, 355 miles of perennial flow, 572 miles of intermittent flow, and 109 lakes. That is endless. That is
And
technically endless.
they're right there, extremely close to one of the Great Lakes as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Francis, I know. Nobody wants to think that, but this is what it is. It is clear as day, in my opinion, that Jesse knows exactly where Elijah Vu is, and Katrina knows what happened at the very least, in my opinion. That's my opinion. My opinion isn't, I'm not wanting to say guidance feels the same way. I'm saying my, as in Justin. So I don't want anyone to like attack guidance for my opinion. So you know how it is on here. But
I agree as well. I have to say, in my opinion, I think the same, and that's another comparison to the Harmony case as well. If you were to look at court, you knew A, B, and C, but you didn't know where I put her. So they say.
right, exactly. You know, I mean, harmonies. Oh my God, hearing what Adam Montgomery did, that is one of the craziest things I've ever heard. And you know what? What's her face just got out of jail.
Well, she was just paroled. I think she's getting out
Yeah.
in May.
Oh, she was okay. I thought she'd already gotten out. But okay. Just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. This is what we were talking about earlier. It says we were also able to confirm with the manager of McDonald's in Two Rivers that receipt records show Vang and Elijah were there Thursday before the 3-year-old's disappearance. Now that was that before or after the trip to get Jesse's thing installed?
I do not know. I don't think there's any specific of when that was, but I
Mhm.
do know it was the same day as Ross's.
Hmm. I need to find that out. Let me see if it's on this timeline. What was that? The 19th?
The mechanic was the 16th.
Mechanic was the 16th.
I'd have to look at my calendar.
Okay, 216. Photo of Jesse at the auto shop where Jesse the interlock, according to the shop persons. Okay. Hmm. So Jesse wakes up for school, ready.
So did that say McDonald's on Thursday?
No, it doesn't say specific, I don't think. Let me get this. Here it is. The manager at McDonald's Two Rivers, the receipt shows
So
Bang and Elijah were there on Thursday.
so that would have been the 15th. And he was saw at Ross's on the 16th per the owner when he was in the conversation with us.
14th, 15th. On the 15th, there's a photo of Elijah standing in a corner in a diaper only. Hands appear to be in a praying position, and the diaper looks full. That's so sad. So that was the 15th?
Yeah, the 15th was a Thursday, and I know for a fact that
We need,
Ross's
we need to put that in the
was the
timeline.
16th.
Yeah.
And yes, that was a legit picture of him at the auto shop. That was per the shop owner that was in our chat, and he verified it.
Yeah. He said Elijah didn't make any sounds or anything really. But didn't the shop owner offer them like the little boy something, or Elijah something, not the little,
A juice box.
a juice box? And he kind of, oh, that breaks my heart. Evil fucks, man.
Yes, Amy, there's daily search parties in their own segregated areas. And there's leads of each area of searching. When it comes to LE, I'm not too sure where they're searching at the moment for Elijah, but they've searched high and low for him.
Yeah. In the chat, Kendra wrote, I've been brainstorming all possible methods to find Elijah. I think it's important to be innovative, open to all ideas, and draw inspiration from similar missing person cases. One thing I do know is that Audrey Cunningham's body was found on a fishing sonar system in the river. I'm sure the Coast Guard might already be using sonar, but I say we round up all the fishermen who knows to be on the lookout for suspicious objects showing up on the sonars. I feel this is very passive way to raise awareness and get more eyes out there. More actively, we could even see if the fishermen would be open to using this method to directly aid in the local searches. I'm open to ideas in these. I thought that was an interesting way to raise awareness to the fishermen, because I mean everyone fishes around there, right? That's what Wisconsin is. It's everyone goes to Wisconsin to fish. There's so many lakes, so that would be a great thing as it warms up. People are like going going to where like a boat launch and handing out flyers and saying, listen, you got a sonar. Can you keep your eye out for anything that looks weird, suspicious? We got a missing child here. And then they're going to take that and they're going to look, and it's going to stay in their head. And then they're going to go home and they're going to tell people. Right. So, has EquiSearch been up there?
I don't think I have not heard of them going to that case at all yet. And I've been wondering the same thing. I know
Yeah.
all of the other search groups have been assisting, but I have not heard of EquiSearch joining in.
Yeah, that would be great if EquiSearch could get up there. This is the route that Katrina could have used. 2 hours, 38 minutes that's a long way, one way. And she's doing this every few days. She's running. It's not even a question in my opinion.
They are? They're in the
Okay.
works.
Thank the
Thank you.
Lord.
Thank
You
you.
so much. That is awesome. That is awesome. They are, in my opinion, the best. EchoSearch is sending drone team to look for Sebastian Rogers. Oh, so that's Sebastian. I haven't covered Sebastian, but Sebastian is another case that, in my opinion, I believe who the suspect is, but that's my opinion. Time will tell. I thought this was an interesting. It was by an anonymous person. I have a feeling that he could be over here that has not been searched or anything by anyone as far as my research shows. it looks abandoned or something. My friend lives in Wisconsin, about 2 hours or so from the location, and he said, "Why not look in this area for Elijah?" I mean, law enforcement, I'm sure, has data of some sort where why they are looking in certain places, but, the problem is with the car that Jesse was driving, it was an old car. So it doesn't have like, my car, I mean, I've got Wi-Fi in my car, I've got satellite radio in my car, I've got diagnostics in my car, I've got my cell phone in my car, my kid's got 3 freaking iPads in the car, you know what I mean? Mine's, like, beaming.
But
So
if you think about it, interlock ignition does have GPS. So I think that's why something to do with that other car that they're searching for. It is not Katrina's and it is not Jesse's of why they want video footage. But I feel yeah on the beaming.
yeah. But his that but the other car, it's, what is it? Let me find it. What kinda car is it? Is it a silver
It's a tan. Let me
tan?
find it.
I might have it
And
here.
I've been looking up this car since February 24th.
I know you've been digging deep in this. Um, I probably have it here.
I'm pretty sure it is in there. It was in one of the press releases too.
Yeah, I thought I had it. I don't know, but I feel like they have potentially had days, at least several hours, to do what they were doing, right? This is that shoe. What do you think about this shoe? Any
Uh,
thoughts on it?
I think you know exactly what I'm thinking.
It's from Walmart. See, like, here's the door. The shoe is found on this side, but the trash is found on this side. Why is it on the other side of the house?
Depends on the transportation or carrying,
Yes.
even.
I'm trying to use my head here. You think it looked planted, Mohawk? Hmm, potentially. I think it may have fell off, potentially, when you're carrying maybe the cars in California. Um,
Okay, so it's a four-door Nissan Altima, beige in color, bearing Wisconsin registration, beginning with A and ending with an O.
let me ask you my biggest question. Why did the law enforcement tow the car the 22nd and not tell the public to look until the 4th?
Yes,
Most Okay, help me with that. I'm trying to think here.
they towed the car in the middle of the night, or I believe it was the middle of the night. That's what got us to start looking into this car. They started towing it on the 22nd, and the searchers that were on ground already asked about this car, and they had pictures of it with no plates on it. And they didn't even ask for the public to look for this car until the 4th. It is somebody that resides there, but during the first initial searches for Elijah, that car did not have plates on it. That's when I started digging into that car.
Long.
It grabbed the neighbors and the locals' attention when it was towed with the other cars.
Do you have a photo of this car?
That I have the original when the searchers back on February 24th.
Most footage is gone. Most footage is gone. Why is most footage gone? Fixin' 2, thank you so much, my love. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. So much. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, guys. Okay. Oh, okay. Got ya. So this was the one that was sitting in the yard, wasn't it? Or sitting in the driveway.
It
Is that
was in the
right?
parking lot. And in the message it was just could be
Yeah.
unrelated. A witness stated there was a car towed last night from Jesse's apartment complex. I looked back into my camera roll because I took a photograph on day 2 of investigators, and lo and behold, the car was in the picture. The poster confirmed that the silver car was the one that was towed last night. But what about this car? Because it was towed around the same time. Just as like tossing ideas.
Here we go. This was on Google Earth, wasn't it? Wasn't
No,
this on Google Earth? No?
I don't think so. This car is fairly new in the new owner's hands.
When was it? Okay.
When was it bought?
Yeah.
Roughly, the new owners roughly had it 4 to 5 months.
And they're looking,
For that
are
car.
they're looking for this car.
Yeah.
Car looks gold. It's an old Altima.
I'll find the post on Twin
I've got it
Rivers
here
Facebook.
somewhere.
They have it on one of their press releases, pictures after it's already taped up and in investigation.
Amy, thank you, my love. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You was gifted one of the membership that Amy gave out. Please thank our sweet, sweet Amy. Thank you, my love. Justin, the car was bought from someone on Facebook Marketplace. It's still up in Marketplace. Someone bought it, one of Jesse's neighbors. The neighbor said he sold it.
Now, there's also a new press release as well, and it does highlight his vigil that's coming up.
Yeah.
I found the pictures from the Two Rivers. I'll send over real quick. I keep saying
Usually,
Twin Rivers, and I know better.
usually no plate means it's not registered.
Right, and that's the car that they want video footage of from the 20th. And this picture was taken on the 24th,
There it
23rd,
is. Yes.
the Thursday.
Okay. Y'all need to see this.
Right, I see you. They have the car. They just want like doorbell footage, any type of footage they can get their hands on of this car between a specific time frame.
This is so. And this was Jesse's neighbor,
Correct.
his car.
And I think Jesse possibly could have been using this car. This is one of my scenarios. possibly using the car since his interlock ignition car does have a GPS on it.
Oh, gotcha. That's true. He
And he had to
just
blow
had
to
the
start it.
interlock. He had just
Yep.
had the interlock put on. So he's not going to use that car.
Nope, he'd have to blow to start, and it has a
Here we
GPS on
go.
it.
Yes. Yeah, he had just had that interlock on it. He's not going to. That's why they want this. Car was bought by a neighbor from Marketplace on Facebook in November. Then the owner says he sold it. I don't know if he truly did or not. That's exactly. Damn, Jesse. What did you do with?
Right. And what are the odds that literally into the second day of searching for Elijah, this is an outside picture. I have this is as close as zoomed in I could get of this picture. I have a zoomed out picture of it where you can see the cops and the FBI by the apartments. But we were trying to verify if there was plates on the car or not.
Look at this, y'all.
And it makes you question.
And this has extensive damage. Extensive. You can tell that is from Wisconsin, from all that salt. All that salt. Please check your messages. Now, has anyone came forward that you're aware of?
In regards to this car?
Yeah.
No.
This was just on the news at WBAY.
Sleuthing has taken them to the owners, but there's been nothing publicly announced about them, only that they
Mhm.
want video footage of this car during that time slot.
Yes. If y'all have seen this car, the problem is as time goes by, it loses memory. Right? The data in the CCTV. All right. Let's look at this 1 second. He said this was just on the news. They're looking in the wetlands. Elijah Vu search. Police search wetlands farm waste container. Have you heard about this?
No. I know there was a press release that just came out 4 hours ago that I saw. She cracks me up. Justin, we know who owns the car. You're behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just
I
haven't
know.
come forward.
Well, yeah, I know. I didn't want to say that. I didn't know. You know what I mean? I didn't know if you had talked about that yet or not. So I didn't want to.
Not really. No.
Okay.
It's just some of the facts that we know behind the scenes that
Right. Exactly.
we
That's why I was not saying it.
be indiscreet. Here's the
So,
door. Walk on through.
do you know if they've talked?
Gotta have my drip.
News at 6, 2 Reverse Police releasing new information on their search for Elijah Vu, saying several large searches took place this week in wetlands and rural areas.
Bottom line here, Elijah is still missing. Law enforcement also conducted searches of the West Twin River as well as the search of the farm waste container. They say they are following up on numerous tips and leads and are going through large amounts of video footage with the DCI and FBI officials. Several community organized searches taking place today as well. Volunteers going through the Supley Marsh at Lakeside Park in Fond du Lac and at the Dell Creek State Wildlife Area near Wisconsin Dells. Volunteers are working hard to check areas throughout the state for any sign of Elijah.
A candlelight vigil will be held for Elijah tomorrow at Walsh Field in Two Rivers. It will start at 6:30 p.m. Organizers say they will have candles for the first 600 people who attend. Several community members will be speaking. They'll be in attendance as well, including Elijah's aunt, Linda Vu, and Two Rivers City Council President, as well as several others. Meantime, the reward for any information that leads to Elijah, now up to $40,000, $10,000 from Manitowoc County Crime Stoppers, $15,000 from the City of Two Rivers, and $15,000 from the FBI. If you have any information, please call the number you see on your screen.
Gotta have my drip.
Okay, we got it. I get it. Here we go. Come on, chill out. All right. Question. Yeah, she does need to do better, and don't burn your quesadillas, Max. Don't burn the quesadillas. Who is anybody going to be streaming this tomorrow? Is the news? Is somebody there?
The
'Cause I
news
wanna-
is supposed to be there. I
Okay.
am trying to get it worked out where somebody there locally will be able to come on live,
Okay.
and hopefully we can promote it. Because
Yeah.
there's so many of us on YouTube that are invested in this little man.
Yes. Yeah. If you can let me know guidance, I'd like to stream that if possible tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
I've got somebody set up. We just are waiting on confirmation that they'll be able to do it. Because I
Okay.
know, like, when you see the news crew, they do bits and pieces, and some people want to see the whole thing and be there. So it'd be nice if we can get that.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're at a month. This baby needs found. Somebody needs to shake Katrina and Jesse. Shake them. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Let me show one more thing here. I think it is. Have anything you want to say?
I think we covered quite a bit. Oh, I do have the flyer for Elijah I can share.
Oh, yeah. You want to send that to me?
Okay, Loves to Lurk says we can stream their Facebook. It'll be in the Facebook group we're in.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, when
Here.
I saw this, you gonna share it from your side? Okay. When I saw this, when they were in that landfill, it was, there we go. 6:30 tomorrow. I'll have a live scheduled for that.
It will be 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central.
And if you are local, the public is welcome to show up, right?
Yes, more than welcome. For more
And
support and love. They've asked and this is one of the few cases where they have asked the locals to be hands-on.
yeah, absolutely.
No matter what it is, they'll take
Yeah.
all the help they can take. And I commend the LE for doing that.
Yeah. And it's located at 2201 Polk Street, Two Rivers, Wisconsin, is where the vigil will be. PM. Yeah, Miranda. So I've cried so much for Elijah, I would have taken him in a heartbeat. Yeah. You don't have to hurt these babies. There are plenty of resources out there. Call me 24/7. I'll be there in a second. Call someone. If it's too much, listen, I don't fault anybody for saying, you know what, I'm gonna, I can't do this, can't do it, whatever. I gotta, but once you get past the point of no return, right? Which is exactly where Katrina and Jesse are. Did Jesse have access to lime where I live? Is it by permit? Lime is by permit? You mean like lime for the yard?
I think she's talking about like lime that Adam got for Harmony lime.
Yeah.
It might depend on each state or county on that. I
I've
don't
never
know.
heard of such a thing. God, you can buy it here everywhere. They put in our houses. Yeah, yeah. They put it for it's called lime. Yeah. It kind of changes the pH is what it actually does in your whatever you people put it in their yard, farmers use it for plants. I put it in my yard during the spring and the fall. So
Can it be used for cleaning?
no, I don't think so. I don't think so. No permit for Wisconsin for lime. It breaks things down. Yeah, yeah. People, many people who unalive people will put a bag of lime, or farmers will, like if they have a cow that died or something, and they bury it, they'll put like a bag of lime. It's natural, yeah, and that as well. It keeps from an odor smelling. It comes in a powder or it can also come in a pellet. I use the pellets for my yard. We use it for snakes, yeah. We use drug testing for anyone with a record in order to collect benefits for children. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have used it to bury a couple of our pet pups throughout the years. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's Lime. I don't know. It might be. I know like Lyme's disease is Lyme. Fire station, hospital, police station. You can bring the baby to any three places. Stephanie, yes. The problem is there's an age restriction in many states.
Uh,
To go, go ahead. Oh, she's
sorry, had to wait.
you're okay.
There is a lime wash, and it's a lime powder
Uh-huh.
that can do
You can paint with it as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it gets the hard surfaces and everything.
Uh-huh.
And with him being a power washer, it'd make one to assume.
Yeah, a lot of people paint with it as well, especially like the old farm people. My grandmother used to paint the side of the barns with lime. And
Whitewashing.
yeah, whitewash it. Yeah. Not a lot of people know that guidance. Not a lot of people know that. You're a farm girl.
And I watched Huckleberry Farm.
Oh, really?
Huckleberry thing.
Then
Joking.
yeah.
Yes, but I come from a farm town.
Yeah. So no, not lie, it's lime. Lime. Like key lime, but I don't know how it's you can use a wash around the tree trunks. Yes. A lot of the old people used to put it around their trees. It would keep the like insects away, and it would also it's a decorative thing. Usually, poor farm people would use.
It works for sewage smells as well, as I see.
Yes. Yeah. It's a neutralizer is what it is. It's a natural. It's like the best neutralizer you can use. I know that's my favorite pie, key lime. Um, so yeah. Well, we've covered a lot today. So thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Hello. Too close. We have lime piles all over the country here, areas here. We could grab some without anyone. Really, Donna, that's interesting. They can
And
all-
she's talking about Wisconsin.
oh, really? That's interesting, Donna. That's interesting. Guys, Josh is live now. I may be back after his live because there is some breaking news that I just got right before I started this live. So I will probably be back later in a little bit to talk about some breaking news after Josh's live is over. Sub up to guidance channel. Can someone drop guidance link before we go? Make sure you sub up to guidance.
I'm looking for
there we go.
Josh's link because I see people are asking for Josh's. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course. Thank you.
Being a twin mom, I'm not as easy. I'm easier working in behind the scenes right now than making content.
Yeah.
But I thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. I've met Guidance in person. She is just the same in person as she is online. Sweet soul, very sweet soul. All right. All right, we've dropped Guidance. We've just dropped Josh. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Little Miss Sunshine. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Really appreciate really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Candy Lee. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you, Amy, Jackie, Stephanie, Brandy. I see you, Candy Lee, Amy. Thank you all. All right. Thank you. Don't burn your quesadilla. Was it quesadilla? I think it was. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. See you on the next one. Bye bye.